Ever feel like you're stuck in a weight loss maze?
Mm.
Going in circles, trying all the things, but never quite reaching the center.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You're not alone.
Definitely not.
We're diving deep into the world of GLP-1 receptor agonists, GLP-1 for short, to see if this new class of medications is the breakthrough we've been waiting for.
It's interesting, right? Because we're all familiar with the traditional weight loss playbook,
Oh, absolutely.
diets, exercise, the whole shebang.
Yep.
But let's be real, those strategies, they often feel like an uphill battle.
Totally, especially in the long run.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I think we've all hit that point where motivation fades and those cravings come back with a vengeance. So how does GLP-1 array fit in all of this?
Well, you see, GLP-1 Ray medications were initially developed for type 2 diabetes management, but in a kind of roundabout way, researchers found this interesting side effect: weight loss.
Really?
Yeah, it turns out these medications work by mimicking a naturally occurring hormone in our bodies called glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1.
Okay, so I'm hooked. How does this GLP-1 array thing actually work its magic?
So GLP-1, it plays a really important role in regulating our blood sugar levels, right? But it also has this powerful effect on our brain and our gut, specifically targeting those areas that control, appetite and digestion.
You say.
Think of it like GLP-1 Ray steps in as like a messenger that tells your brain, hey, we're good here. No need to order that extra slice of pizza.
So it's like hitting the brakes on our hunger signals before they even have a chance to spiral out of control.
Yeah, exactly. By like slowing down how quickly our stomach empties after we eat and influencing those key hunger hormones, GLP-1A helps us feel fuller for longer, and it reduces those pesky cravings that always seem to sabotage our best efforts.
So instead of like white-knuckling our way through every meal relying solely on willpower, GLP-1A is giving our bodies some much-needed backup in the battle against those cravings.
Yeah, you got it. It's really about addressing weight loss at a biological level, taking some of the pressure off those constant mental negotiations we have with ourselves about what to eat and how much.
Now, that's what I call a game changer. You mentioned research comparing GLP-1RA to traditional weight loss methods. What kind of results are we talking about here?
Well, the numbers are pretty impressive. Clinical trials have consistently shown that people using GLP-1 in conjunction with lifestyle modifications, are achieving much greater weight loss compared to those relying solely on diet and exercise.
Oh, wow.
In some cases, we're talking about double the weight loss.
Double.
Yeah.
Double the weight loss. That's incredible. But with any new approach, I guess it's always important to weigh the pros and cons, right?
Mhm.
So are there any downsides or side effects that we should be aware of?
Right. Yeah, that's a really important point. And while it is generally considered safe, GLP-1 medications, like all medications, they can have potential side effects.
Of course, yeah.
The most common ones are usually related to digestion,
Okay.
things like nausea or vomiting,
Makes sense.
or even just feeling a bit off in the stomach.
So not life-threatening, but definitely something to keep in mind. I mean, are these side effects something that people typically experience long-term?
Well, the good news is that for a lot of people, these digestive issues tend to go away over time as their body adjusts to the medication.
Oh, no.
It's always a good idea to start with a lower dose, obviously, as your doctor advises, and then gradually increase it to minimize any discomfort.
Yeah, that makes sense. It definitely sounds like GLP-1 could be a turning point for people who haven't had success with traditional weight loss methods. But I also wonder, does using medication to manage weight create like a reliance on it long term? Does this mean that lifestyle changes are no longer necessary?
Yeah, that's a question I get asked a lot, actually, and it's important to be really clear on this. GLP-1 it's not some kind of magic bullet, right?
Right.
And it's not about replacing those healthy habits that we know are so important for our overall well-being.
So it's more about finding a synergistic approach,
Yeah.
using GLP-1 as a tool to support those lifestyle changes.
Exactly. It's like, think of it as adding this powerful new ally to your team.
I like that.
You're still the one in charge. You're still calling the shots on what you eat and how much you move, how you manage stress. But GLP-1 is there to help you kind of stay the course. It helps make those healthy choices just a little bit easier to stick with.
Yeah, I really like that analogy. It's about having that extra support to navigate the challenges, because there will always be challenges that come up on the journey to a healthier weight.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we all know it's a journey. It's not, it doesn't happen overnight.
Exactly, yeah. And it's about recognizing that our relationship with food and our bodies is complex. Like, it's
Are
complicated.
so
Yeah,
complex.
it really is. And GLP-1 Ray doesn't just erase all of that, but it offers this new way to manage it.
This has been really, really insightful. It sounds like GLP-1 Ray has the potential to really revolutionize how we think about weight loss and manage our weight and our health. But I imagine there are also important considerations to keep in mind. This deep dive has really given me a new perspective on, like, the weight loss landscape.
It's pretty fascinating stuff.
It is. It seems like GLP-1 Ray could be like a real breakthrough for so many people out there who have struggled.
Yeah,
But like with any medical advancement, there are always things to think about.
right.
What stands out to you as like the most important takeaway for our listeners today?
I think what's so fascinating about this whole class of medications is this potential shift that we're seeing in how we even approach weight management.
Okay.
GLP-1 area, it isn't just another like fad diet or quick fix.
Right, right.
It comes from this like deeper understanding of the complex biological mechanisms that are actually influencing our appetite and our weight.
So we're moving away from this whole idea of willpower being the be-all and end-all of weight loss.
Yeah, exactly. It's about recognizing that our biology plays such a significant role here. And GLP-1 era, it isn't about saying like, okay, throw those healthy habits out the window.
Right.
It's about how can we use this new knowledge to make those lifestyle changes more effective and more sustainable over the long term.
It's like we're finally acknowledging that for some people, those cravings, those hunger cues, they aren't just a lack of willpower.
Right,
It's
yeah.
this complex interplay of like hormones and signals that are happening in the body.
Absolutely, yeah. And with that understanding, it's like, it opens up all these new possibilities for solutions.
Yeah.
Of course, like with any tool, we have to be mindful of its limitations
Of course.
and, its potential risks as well.
Right.
Just like, I mean, you wouldn't use a screwdriver to hammer in a nail.
Right.
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 So GLP-1 it's not going to be the right solution for absolutely everyone.
So where do we go from here then? I mean, what would you say is what's the next step for someone listening who's like, this is really interesting. I'm intrigued by GLP-1 and I want to explore this further.
I think the most crucial step is to talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Have a really open and honest conversation.
Yeah.
They can, look at your medical history, talk to you about your individual potential benefits and risks, and determine like, okay, is GLP-1 Red right for you? Does this align with your overall health goals?
It all comes back to that personalized approach that we've been talking about,
Exactly.
working with our healthcare providers to make informed decisions that are best for us.
Absolutely, yeah. At the end of the day, weight loss, it's a journey.
It is.
And there's no one-size-fits-all approach, but, with the research that's being done and advancements like GLP-1 array, it's like we're getting closer and closer to really understanding the complexities of weight management
Yeah.
and offering up these new possibilities for people who are, really looking for a healthier life.
It sounds like we're like entering a really new era of weight loss.
I think so.
One that combines a deeper understanding of our biology, but also, still with those healthy lifestyle choices that we know are so important.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
has been so interesting. It really has. It's given us a lot to think about.
Good.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.